So, hi everybody and welcome back to the C++ tutorial series for absolute beginners, and this is video 59, and in this video we are learning a new keyword. It is the const keyword. What is a const keyword? A const keyword is just a constant. And what is a constant? A constant is just something that you can't change after you created it. In our case, we will concentrate in this video the const keyword with variables. So we declare a variable and make it not changeable. So let's get started. First of all, let's create a normal variable and declare it. We would say something like int my telephone number, and we could stop here. That would be a declaration. So far we learned, of course, we could, and then later I could, for example, assign a value to my telephone number, but of course you could also assign a default value here. But let's say my telephone number, I'm going to assign it something here. So this we learned so far. The problem with const is, if you create a const variable, you write first const, the keyword const, then you just write a normal variable declaration, or for example, let's use it here, int my favorite number, and here is something strange. When I stop here, that would be a declaration, right? Like here, similar. But the only difference is I used here the word const. The problem is here, I can't use a declaration, a const. The reason for that is, if you create a const variable, you must assign the value instantly. So, which means I can't assign it later. So I have create a const variable and I must assign it instantly, for example. So why is that so? Because const means this variable can't be later changed, and that means also you can't assign later something on it. That's why you have to assign it on the creation. And let's make a test. So now, like here, I want to assign it to a new number. For example, I take my favorite number this time, my favorite number, and I change it to 7. And what happens is, it is complaining that this one is not a modifiable value. It is and the value means here, also modifiable means here you can't change it because you set it to const. So, and that's it for the start. But let's see why the hell we need a const value. So we learned that a const made a variable not changeable, and it must be assigned directly. But why we need this in programming? What is the benefit of it? There comes different kind of benefits later on, but when you make a variable constant, which means not changeable, you say in general, first of all, this value should stay at all cost at this number what you assign here. But the problem is, we will learn later, not when I say problem, which means all time we have to solve or we have to learn. So the point is, we will learn later ways to change the value of variables indirectly. Right now we know only something like that. When I want to change this value, I have to assign it and say now change it, for example, like this, or in an if statement, when we have here if true, then I could say something like, okay, if this, the if statement, the condition, whatever, it's true, then go then go into the favorite number and change it. That would be still a direct attempt to change the number. We would see this, but later there will be, we will learn a way that it is possible that the code can be changed in an indirect way when we learn something like a reference. So in the future will come, not soon, but will come, and then this kind of ways are changing values even even in a way we don't know, we can't see it directly. So, and that's why they create something like a const variable. So they make sure that you can't change it even indirectly in the future. That's yeah, we will talk this when we are there, but just remember, a const value can't be changed and should be not changed, because that's why you make it const. This is the reason why you make it const. And one more note here. There is a way even to change const values later, but this is a special case where you say, yeah, we will learn some or is a new way to change it with a new keyword, something like mutable, and then we have a but that's also in the future. Just here, what you have to know is, if you use a const keyword in front of a variable, it says this value can't be changed during the code and should be not changed during the code. You want that this one stays all time here. And one more thing, this variable which we created here is the same as int const and my other number, for example. And here, where if you write it behind it or in front, it's the same, my other number. And you see here it complains again. Why it complains? Because I used again const, and const you can't make a declaration. It says here, this is not allowed. You have to assign directly a value in it. So let's assign a value it, for example 6, and then we have it. So I want to just show you this one is the same, but later when we go on, we have to be careful where this const stands. In this case, it doesn't matter, but in general, when you read this const value, what you do is read from right to left. What means right to left? You start with the const. This is your right, and then you go to the left. And what the left would think, in this case, the type int will be constant, and it means this int is constant, and that means this value which you assign is constant, can't be changed. Because we will learn in future a little bit more complicated structures where this whole thing can be more complicated to read. And remember, all time read from right to left. It makes it easy. And yeah, that's it. So I think that's enough for this video. It's just a const value, which is very useful. And in the next video, I think we did so much again, so that I announce again an exercise. We have to create and train all that what we did so far. It was much. We learned many things, logical operators, we learned this cons, we learned cases, we learned many things. But the problem is we have not enough training, because understanding all these keywords, like I all time say, it's easy, but we have to use them in codes and use your own creativity, use your own ideas to make something with it. Then you learn the most out of it. So with that said, here I stop this, and in the next video we will start an exercise. And like all time, if you have any questions, ask in the comments. I try to answer them. And bye and good luck.